What it do, ladies and gentlemen? It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, your man ZAZ. Welcome back to a Cyberpunk video. The last couple of Cyberpunk videos I've made, you guys have loved it. To be honest, my Cyberpunk videos and everything I've done with Cyberpunk have always done really well, and I plan to keep playing the game, and I plan on to keep discussing the game as well. Now, if you guys want to hear more of an in-depth review and an in-depth commentary, my patient review of Cyberpunk will be in the link in the description below. And I also went on a podcast on Games Within the Games, my host and my dear friend Daniel Otero, where we talked in-depthly and with his son David Otero about how I feel about Cyberpunk and the future of Cyberpunk. We talked about other things there as well, other things in gaming, politics and gaming and all that. So if you want to check that out, want to hear a long discussion about it, and maybe you have some time on your hands, or maybe you're just like me, you like listening to podcasts while you work out or you game, go check those out. Again, link will be in the description below. But today we're going to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to answer the question of, do I think Cyberpunk will eventually be great? Now, this isn't just good or mediocre or what they promise, but it's great. And great in gaming to me is a 9.5 to a 10. 10 does not mean perfect. It does not mean amazing on my rule book or on my scale book. It just means that it pushed the gaming genre forward while being a great experience, and it really makes itself something that must be played. You know what I mean? Games like Red Dead Redemption 2, Minecraft, The Witcher 3, these are 10s in my books when it comes to single player games. And do I think Cyberpunk will ever live up to that? Now, again, if you guys haven't seen my patient review, you guys would have known that I really think this game is really good already. When you're playing it on top-notch specs, when you're playing it on PC or you're playing it on GeForce Now, you can really have a lot of fun with this game. But there still are a bunch of bugs, glitches, and issues that they've since ironed, and they need to iron out even more going forward in the future. So I wanted to continue to talk about that. I want to continue to give my specs on it and my perspective on it, and I wanted to go ahead and say this on the YouTube channel. I already gave it an 8 to 8.5 out of 10, and then on consoles it can drop down to a 5 or a 6, and then I said overall across the board I'd say it was a 7. Probably a 7.5 out of 10, and some people could even rate it as low as a 6.5 out of 10. On Google right now, if you look it up, it'll be rated at a 7.1 out of 10, and on Steam, it's rated at a 7 out of 10. Now, by no means does that make it a 10 or even close to a perfect game at all. But I'm here to say, and we're here to discuss, do I ever think it's going to get to that level of a Red Dead, of maybe a GTA 5, or maybe some of these other games that widely known and widely considered in the gaming community are 10s. And I'm here to say, yes, I'm not somebody who really wants to push and knock over or beat up CD Projekt Red, just like I didn't want to beat up Hello Games when No Man's Sky came out. I feel like redemption arcs can happen, but it's become increasingly frustrating to see all these games come out half-assed. It's not acceptable to drop a game that's not fully cooked or fully developed and then ask money for it, which is why I gave them a break when they were giving back refunds for it. Because could you imagine Activision, or could you imagine EA, or could you imagine almost any other AAA developer giving you refunds? I just don't think that that's something that would happen, and CD Projekt Red did that, and they still broke records even though they were giving out refunds, and it was pulled from the PlayStation Store. So a lot of people still like this game, and a lot of people like me want to see it get better. And in my humble opinion, I've seen all the reports, I've seen everything that's gone on in the gaming genre, in the gaming industry. Almost everything that you can see, I've pretty much seen it, or we've talked about it over this last year, the major stuff at least. And with Cyberpunk, it seems like CD Projekt Red have no plans to just abandon the game. This isn't going to be an Anthem. It's not going to be some EA project where they're just like, okay, yeah, it's good, it's decent, but we're just going to kind of leave it on the shelves and just never improve it or make it what we said it was going to be. No, CD Projekt Red has come out numerous times and said, look, we know it's buggy, we know it's messed up, there's a lot of things that probably went wrong. We apologize. We will offer you refund or an ability to refund the game if you want, but if you want to stick through it with us, we highly recommend doing that. We will continue to update the game, put out DLCs, and make the game better for you and your money spent. And to me, there's not really much else that I can say in a negative tone against that, right? I like the game. Like I said, I feel like I got my $60 out of it. I'm already almost 200-300 hours into the game, and I've pretty much only done 1 or 2 full playthroughs where I've completed almost everything. I even go back to those playthroughs and do other things. I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit where people essentially say, hey, I can't go around I can't role play, I can't do this or that, and it's understandable. There is some things that I want to see, such as eating, drinking, interacting with the environment. I want to see those things as well, and I hope that they will bring that into the game. Now again, with that being said, I do think that this game can improve, and I think it has a lot to do to improve. For a game like this who's given me so much love, and I've enjoyed the game from start to finish, the fact that I know that there's improvement and that it can get better just makes me even more excited for the world of Cyberpunk and the future of Cyberpunk going forward. I feel like by the end of this year, and I won't even say that, I feel like we've got not that much time. A lot of people are saying Christmas time this year. I don't really think that. It just depends on your expectations. Again, my expectations was to get a solid Cyberpunk themed, filled world with a lot of great story, a lot of great side missions, and my most important thing was just to be able to immerse myself in the Cyberpunk world itself, and therefore it lived up to my expectations. And now the more they continue to improve it and the better it gets fundamentally and creatively, it's just pluses for me. Now that might not be the same for you, and that might not be the expectation or the video or the commentary that you're looking for, but I'm just not going to be a pessimistic towards a game and towards developers who have already come out, offered refunds, apologized, and promised to make improvements. I'm just not going to do that. So anyways, I would like to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Again, I'm looking forward to the DLCs, the updates, and everything that's going around. I was going to cover the hot fix with 1.22 or 1.12 or whatever the next hot fix was that just came out. There's so much going on, man. Sometimes I forget the numbers, but I was going to cover that. There wasn't really much to talk about. It was just kind of quick updates and fixes. But when the next update comes out, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about DLCs, and then I'll give you guys another review, or not essentially a review, but another discussion on another playthrough that I'm working on right now. We got some montages as well coming out that we're hard at work at with me and my boy Unnamed Spirit. I can't wait to show you guys this. Again, let me know what you guys think. I'm not always right. I'm not always perfect. I do listen to criticism. I do listen to the comment section below, and this is something that can be an ongoing discussion for those who enjoy Cyberpunk and those of you who are waiting to get into Cyberpunk and play what you thought would be there at launch. Again, I understand if you're a little upset with the game, it's not what you thought it was going to be. I completely get it, but that is no right, and that gives you no reason to absolutely bash developers, bash content creators, or bash other people who enjoy it. We all want to see it get better, and that's just the end of the line. Thank you guys for watching the video. As always, bless up, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next Cyberpunk 2077 topic video.